What's up? It's Jan, back at it again with another nerdy bookish video, and today's funky graphic crew neck says I can't, Mercury's in retrograde. It's a vibe. But today's video is my February wrap up, but in the form of the rewrite, reread, burn tag. It's not a tag, I just did it as a tag last month, but I decided it was really fun, and so I'm gonna do all my wrap ups like this because honestly making wrap ups is kind of boring. I like talking about the books I've read and like ranting about them, but this is more fun. Okay, so I have my trusty Stitch mug. This tag is really bothering me. Okay, my handy dandy Stitch mug with all the books I've read in February. I read 20 books in February. I'm gonna pick out 3 at a time. I said this in my last video, but it's basically fuck, marry, kill, but bookish. So reread, rewrite, or burn. It's cool because it's random, so it like forces you to not make it match to your star rating. Yeah, I'm gonna pick 3 at a time, and then so there'll be 2 left over. So I'll just like take those out and then pick reread, rewrite, or burn for those extra ones. Okay, let's just get started, because I'm hungry and I haven't eaten yet and it's like 5 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I got Strange the Dreamer, Handmaid's Tale graphic novel, The Wrong Family. Burn, The Wrong Family. That was the pick for Gabby's book club this month. There were just a lot of problematic things in that book. She references COVID. There's like this mask thing at the very end of the book. Mental health was used as a plot device. It was intriguing at times, but like those things just, I gave it 3 stars, but I don't know. I mean, it was okay, but overall, if you like take a step back, it was an awful book. So burn that. Ugh. So Strange the Dreamer, I am buddy reading with Hannah from Hannah's Recent Read, and I wanted to finish it before February ended because it was my 500+ page book for the month, and I'm trying to read one at least one every month, and trying to read one classic / book on my novelog poster / book on a Rory Gilmore reading list, on the Rory Gilmore reading list per month. So those are my goals for the month. And so I stayed up until 4:15 in the morning reading this book and finishing it. I think I would say rewrite. I wasn't absolutely obsessed with it. I don't know how I would rewrite it though, because like Laini Taylor's writing is beautiful. I don't know, I'm bad at like getting accustomed to new worlds, so just trust me when I say I'll rewrite it, okay? I don't have a good reason. And then Handmaid's Tale graphic novel I will reread because 1, it's graphic novel, goes by really quickly. 2, I love Handmaid's Tale. So yeah, I'm planning on rereading the novel, the regular novel, later on in the year. And season 4 is coming out at the end of April, and Xavier and I are stoked. He's like obsessed with the show. He loves it more than I do. I say that in every video. Okay, next group. 1, 2, 3. I have my notes open on my bullet journal, but we're just gonna wing most of these. Did I forget to say anything? Oh my god. Okay, so Strange the Dreamer, Anna and I are having a live show on the 6th, but I think this video is going up after that, so go check it out on her channel if you haven't already. Okay, wait, so going back to The Wrong Family, I wrote Juno needs to mind her business because she done fucked up. She just needed to like literally get her nose out of everything, and the resolution was just dumb. If there I don't even think there was a resolution, but that ending was just kind of dumb. Their book with misunderstandings, which I freaking hate. Unsolved Problems left me unsettled, but I enjoyed the epilogue until I realized that it had that like COVID reference, and yeah, okay. But those are my notes for that. Strange the Dreamer notes I'm gonna talk about at the live show, so next group, The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I didn't say authors for the last one, sorry. The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom, and The 5 Love Languages by, it doesn't matter because that's the one I would burn. Damn, these are all bad books. Okay, The Vanishing Half, I wouldn't reread either of these. I just had such a bad experience reading The Vanishing Half because I listened to it on audio and it just felt like it dragged. But I guess I would reread it physically because, but like I actually wouldn't. I would in comparison to The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, because The Vanishing Half was the book of the year from Book of the Month Choice Awards or whatever last year, so I'd give it another chance if I really had to. And then The 5 People You Meet in Heaven I would rewrite. Also, I don't know how. I listened to this on audio. This was my classic of the month. I know it's not technically a classic because it came out recently, like 2003. Not recently, but you know, I consider it a classic because it's on my novelog poster. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like those scratch off posters where there's like a list of 100 books and then you scratch them off and there's like a picture behind it and you can like rate it with stickers and stuff. Okay, I have one of those and this was on it, so I counted that as my classic for the month. I get so defensive because I don't, whatever. 5 People You Meet in Heaven I would rewrite. I don't know how. I just wouldn't reread or burn it compared to the other 2. But I gave this one 2 stars. Maybe 1. I don't even know. I feel like I would make it more sad because I didn't cry and I wanted to. Next 3. This is going not as well as the first time I did this. Okay, 1, 2. Let me show the mug. so it's exciting, you know, give you a little visual. All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. Trying to remember these authors off the top of my head is like something else. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. I read this in like 2 minutes because it was Xavier's favorite childhood book. And then Becoming by Michelle Obama. Oh no, these are so good. Fuck. Oh, all 3 of them are so good. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I loved all 3 of them. Okay, The Giving Tree, I'm sorry, Xavier, I have to burn because I've read it once, I've read it twice. Like, I'm sorry. Just because the other 2 are just so good. I feel bad. Becoming and All Boys Aren't Blue. I gave both of them 5 stars, and they're both memoirs by authors of color. They were both phenomenal. Oh, fuck. Okay. All Boys Aren't Blue, I would reread, okay? I would also reread Becoming, but I would rewrite it where I would take out the pregnancy parts. It's so bad to say because it's her life. Like, I shouldn't have done this with the nonfiction, but I would rewrite it because she had this whole like section of talking about her pregnancy and like eggs and fertilization and stuff, and I just like, I would omit that and just go straight to her being a mom to Malia and Sasha. I'm sorry, that sounds so bad. Next time maybe I'll take out the nonfiction books. But also, if I read a bunch of nonfiction at a time, or in a month, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a little disclaimer like I did today. No disrespect, Michelle Obama, I promise. 1, 2, 3. The Light We Lost by Jill Santopolo. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. Yeah, I only wrote titles on these things, so it's like, honestly, I'm killing it with these authors. I only forgot 1, I think, right? And it was a book I hated. The House in the Cerulean Sea, I would burn. Burning is just like the easiest one, so I always start with that. The Light We Lost, I would reread because I cried, and then When No One Is Watching, I would rewrite. How I would rewrite it, I don't know. I read this for Books and Lala's Literally Dead book club, and I don't remember a lot about it because it was the first book I read in February. I don't know if I was a big fan of the ending, like the twist, but I loved the social commentary, all the discussions about gentrification and racism and everything. So probably just rewrite the twist somehow. I don't know how much better I would make it, but these are all theoretical, by the way. I suck at creative writing. All right, next. Oh, there's 2 already. We've got Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas, Black Buck by Mateo Escamapor, I think is his name, and Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. Invisible Girl, burn, because it took me so long to get through. I didn't even like it. We're not gonna talk about it. It gives me anxiety because I took so long reading that book. It took like 19 days or something, like, ugh. I love how I didn't even talk about The House in the Cerulean Sea. I gave it 3 stars. I listened to it on audio. Never mind. I'm glad I didn't talk about it. Good job, Jan. Invisible Girl, what did I write about it? Trigger warnings for sexual assault and alcoholism. Yeah, okay. Only 2 stars, not 1, because it didn't make me gasp. Oh, because it did make me gasp a couple times. I would have given it 1 star if it didn't make me gasp. It dragged on to the timeline was weird, whatever. Yeah, Invisible Girl, I would burn. Black Buck, I would reread for sure. This is a great trio. Black Buck I would reread for sure. So fucking good. It has so many discussions on so many things. Like, I can't even like pinpoint any because it's crazy. I have a vlog for it. Just, I give a lot of thoughts about it, so watch that if you haven't already. I'll have it linked down below. It's a satire about the corporate world, the entrepreneurship, but like the racism within those worlds. Racism and stereotypes, mistreatments of lower class people. It's very ironic, and it's written by a person of color, and he's brilliant, and he just does so much with this book. You just have to read it. This is one of my new all-time faves, Black Buck. It's on my top 10 of 2021. I don't know why that sounded weird. And it's definitely a new fave of all time, like no joke. I absolutely loved it. It was such a good time. I have so many tabs for the funny parts because I laughed out loud so many goddamn times. And then Concrete Rose I would rewrite. I wish it focused more on other things in Maverick's life other than him being a teen father. I thought it was gonna be more about like his drug dealing and like being in a gang and surviving all of that, but it was all about like babies and his mistakes in that sense and getting through that, and it was good. I love Angie Thomas's writing. It was good. I gave it 4 stars. And the humor was amazing. It's really entertaining, but I just could not get past all that. It's just a personal thing. I can't, yeah, okay. But literally, seriously guys, read Black Buck. The humor is unmatched. And the ending, I cried a little too. There was this emotional part. Ooh, you need to read it. You need to read it for sure. And for Concrete Rose, there's a reason it's called Concrete Rose, obviously. And like that meaning behind it is just And the epilogue of Concrete Rose transitions really well to The Hate U Give. So yeah, I mean, I would still recommend it, and I love Angie Thomas, so sorry I'm all over the place. Hopefully I remember to edit it where it's like in chronological order, because I keep going back and forth. But okay, If Only I Could Tell You by Hannah Beckerman, Goodnight Beautiful by Amy Malloy, The Ravens by the two authors that I can't remember right now, Danielle Page and Kelly Morgan. Okay, If Only I Could Tell You, I would burn so hard because it was all a misunderstanding. I read it for my Reading Books That Make Gabby Cry video, and it did not make me cry. It was sad. I could see why she cried. It was just dumb, the whole like premise. Goodnight Beautiful, I would reread for sure. Love this thriller. This is one of my favorite thrillers. Definitely a psychological thriller. I stayed up to finish this book too, and I just... so good. Let's see. It's Like the Shadows, because the main character guy moves back to hometown after 20 years. Oh, Like the Shadows by Alex North. Okay, weird that I made that comparison. Love the humor, love the dynamic between Annie and Sam at the beginning, love all the psychology involved. Barely blinked or breathed in the last few pages. Are you gonna read it yet? The Ravens. Okay, this is about a sorority of witches. I would rewrite this by not putting a lot of the stereotypical... I would take it down a notch with the stereotypical sorority things, because it was just annoying to read. And like the whole like college drama, like honestly high school drama, where the girl didn't know the guy had a girlfriend, then the girlfriend got mad at her and started hating her, and yeah, blah, blah, blah. That was so unnecessary to the plot, I feel like. But other than that, it was good. It took me a while to read, but once you get past all like the introductions to the sorority and the rushing and all that bullshit, it's a good one. I think I'm on my last two. Yeah, okay, let's go. The Chain by Adrienne McKenty. So I wrote, so hard to put down, stressful from page 1. Word. Your flip-flops are onomatopoeiaing. That was one of the lines in the book that made me cackle. It was so fucking funny. Part 1 is definitely better than part 2, but part 2 had a big reveal that had me breathing heavily. My notes crack me up. Okay, the chain is like a kidnapping chain, so you can't get your kid back until you kidnap another child, and it's so riveting. I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I would reread this book. And the last one is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I gave this 5 stars again. I reread this, so I would reread it again. Am I allowed to do 2 rereads at the last couple? Yeah, sure. So it's a book in verse, so it's so easy to reread. Elizabeth Acevedo's writing is phenomenal. For my reread, I listened to it on audio. Since she's a slam poet, like in real life, she has that like rhythm in her voice, and it's just A1. Loved it. Okay, that's my wrap up. Sorry it was chaotic, but if you've been watching me for a while, it's kind of every video on this channel, so hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna remember to take a thumbnail for this video. You're gonna remember, Jan. Do it right now, okay? Thank you so much for watching my February wrap up. Hope y'all had a great day. Stay safe and stay positive always, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye!